You know, he has to go gym at a certain time. He has to do this, do that. Whereas, yeah, I'm just chilled. I just eat my beans on toast with Scotty Carson.
Jack Grealish is the absolute boy.
And he's just walking and he just went and kicked the door. Bearing in mind, like, the door's like here, though. He's the craziest guy I've ever met.
Baller on the pitch.
Do you know what? I even think I've got so much more to give.
And a proper laugh off it.
Because he's so slow, but then he gets put up against.
I can't say he's so slow.
He's so slow.
Him, but he knows it as well.
Jack Grealish, what a bloke.
Hey, aren't we lucky you?
Oh, I ain't nicking anything, I swear. I swear. Nice to see you, mate. You okay? Ian?
How are you, mate?
Yeah, lovely,
You okay?
mate. Come and sit down. I want to have a nice little chat, mate.
This is the places.
Look at this, mate. Do you ever, right? So I was looking at some stats earlier, yeah? You've played over 100 games in the Football League, yeah? I'm not talking about Premier League champ, in the Football League, right? Is there ever any time where you sort of just sit here now as a Man City player, England player, and you look around and see some of these names and just think, wow.
Yeah, of course, especially at the start. Now, you know, I've been here for a few years and stuff, I'm a lot more used to it. But do you know what though? Like, you say that about like the Football League, like, that's like what's like made me, you know.
Do you think so?
Yeah, like who I am today, you know, especially as a footballer. And it's like the other day, for example, I don't know if this was in the press or not, but we were meant to go to Luton on Saturday night. We had the game Sunday at 2:00, and the flight got cancelled, so we had to go Sunday morning. And
well, the day of the game.
The day of the game, yeah. And because me, I'm just like a bit go with the flow. Like I wasn't really bothered. But some people, you know, they have like set routines and stuff. And we didn't get to the hotel till I think it was it 11:30? Bearing in mind we hadn't eaten. Yeah. So the game's at 2.
Yeah.
So the game's in 2.5 hours.
That gets in some players' heads, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're meant to have pre-match 4 hours before a game. So 2.5 hours and we still hadn't eaten. But I was just like laughing at people because people were getting stressed and stuff. And after I says, nah, that's proper. That reminded me of like when I was back at Notts County and like, yeah, I remember Notts County one time. Like we woke up at like 9 a.m. and got a coach to Carlisle.
Like a 4-hour journey, 5-hour journey
on the day of the game. Yeah, and it's just proper, innit? It's like, and then we go and play at Luton and like Bernardo and some of the guys are like, you know, because Luton's like a small stadium, all tucked in and that. And I says, nah, this is what it's about, man. It's ledge playing in these. Obviously, listen, it's unbelievable being in changing rooms like this and playing with players, you know, on the biggest stage. But yeah, I can't ever forget about the times when I was playing in the Football League, man. I loved it.
That gave you grounded, didn't you? So is that what you're like then on a match day? Are you, so like, let's set the scene, right? Kickoff's in, I don't know, an hour's time or whatever. What are you like in here? Are you nice and chill? Are you trying to are you playing on your phone? Are you even allowed your phones?
Yeah. You can go on your phone, do whatever you want. The manager's so chill. Basically, I think in his head he thinks, you do whatever you need to do to make sure you're ready, you know, as soon as you're on the pitch. And yeah, I'm just chilled. Anyone would tell you, you know, I just eat when I'm ready to eat. I eat whatever, like, you know, like some people have a set time. They have their exact food that they're at for years. Like, I mean, I just eat whatever. Sometimes I eat beans on toast. Sometimes
whatever
I
you
eat
feel like.
Yeah, just whatever. I just go with the
Is there anyone that's got any sort of quirky pre-match rituals? Is there anybody that has to do it by the letter of the law? They have to have a certain rub at a certain time or strategies or...
Ruben would be like, he's so like, he has to do everything. I don't know what he actually does, but I know for a fact that he does about 100 stuff. Like, you know, he has to go gym at a certain time, he has to do this, do that. Whereas, yeah, I'm just chilled. I just eat my beans on toast with Scotty Carson.
I love that. The boy, the main man, he's the best shirt. That's the best shirt out of all of these. Like,
mate, you want any of these shirts, grab that one.
Seriously. Right, can we talk about a few of these lads? Can we go over and have a look at the shirt? I want to pick your brains just about...
I'll tell you about everyone if you want.
So, the first one I want to start with, goalkeeper. We've got to have a bit of goalkeeper love, right, yeah? This guy here, for me, Edison, has been like... He's like a game changer for goalkeeping, not only in the Premier League, like world football, the way he plays. I've heard apparently he could slot in midfield and do a job as well. Is that what he's like? Yeah.
Yeah, he's mad, you know. He's a crazy geezer. Like, but I think that helps him, like the way he is. Do you know what I mean? You know, because
It's
the
just
way,
like calm. Double
yeah,
calm,
he's so
not
calm.
bothered.
But then off the pitch, he's just like, he's just mad. Honestly, like, he's
No,
just,
what?
like, mate. I don't know. I don't know. Just like we'll be walking through like a door, and I seen him do it the other week, and I was like, what the? And like, obviously the door's like this height, and we're going like walking through the hotel to go to a meeting, and he, bearing in mind I've got the stiffest hamstrings ever, and he's just walking, and he just went and kicked the door. Bearing in mind like the door's like here, like the top of it, and he'll just kick it, and then like in training and stuff, he'll just be walking around blasting balls, and he's just crazy. He's the craziest guy I've ever met. Honestly, he's just mad. But I've never seen anyone that can. He's obviously got the whack to the other side of the pitch, but his
the biggest
passing
whack.
though, just to like his pass appreciation for a keeper, for like, say he's there and Kyle Walker's here. The manager's so big on like pass appreciation, you know, for you to pass it into someone's pass so they can go and him every time. He don't give it to Kyle here, so Kyle has to like take a touch,
Stop and look. And
yeah, it's like into his path, bam, and then we're just away. Do you know what I mean? He's frightening, man. Honestly, he's got one of the best penalty kicks I've ever seen as well. I don't know why he don't take on.
Pep, mate, sort it out. I want to see him take penalties. Right, then let's go over to this side. Right, there's a couple players over here. We got to start with a big man, Erling Haaland. He's a good mate of yours, right?
Yeah, I get on really well with him. Yeah, just from the start, really, we just clicked. We both like, you know, a joke and winding people up.
Is he like? I get the impression he's nice and he's a bit like you, chill, calm, don't really think about football too much. He's just unbelievable at doing it.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. I think he has a lot of stuff that he does. He ain't told me this. This is what I'm thinking. That he does at home that helps him. I don't know.
Really?
You know, like, yeah, I think
gym work and stuff.
No, not really gym work, but I think he he's mentioned, hasn't he, before that he drinks all these. He eats all mad stuff and that, like kidney. I don't know what yet.
He's like a caveman.
Yeah. But do you know, like them little percents that can help you, I think. But no, do you know what? I think some people always ask me about him and say, like, what's he actually like as a person? Because, you know, sometimes if they've seen him in an interview, he looks not blunt, but like he comes across as a bit like. But no, honestly, he's a great guy. He's so good to have around the changing room and loves joking and bantering and stuff, and he gets him into trouble all the time. Yeah.
Kyle Walker, is he? I get this impression that he's probably one of the leaders in the dressing room. You know, he wears a captain armband now and then. Is he like that in the changing room as well?
Yeah, he's especially this year as well. I'm so close with him. You know, we have a lot in common. We're very good friends, and yeah, he's just I was gutted, man, when he was like getting linked and stuff with like.
Yeah, he didn't want him to go.
Oh, nah, not one bit.
You must have played against him a few times, yeah?
Yeah.
He would have been a nightmare to play against,
horrible,
right?
Yeah. Horrible. I played against him one time, and after 10 minutes, I went up for an header and kneed him in the side of his leg. He was off. I was buzzing. 15 minutes, he was off. But no, this year, he's really stepped up with his captaincy side, shall I say. Great talker, and I don't know what you think, but for me, he's sorry Gary Neville, but I think he's the best right back I've seen in the Premier League.
Mate, don't even apologise. I 100% agree with you as well. And then the little wizard.
He is possibly one of my favourite people I ever met in football.
People, I love that. I like that.
Yeah, he's just right up my street, man. You'd love him, I swear. He's a magician with the ball. The way he can just, I don't know, he can just run a game.
Yeah.
Run a game from any position that he's in. And because he's so slow, but then he gets put up against.
Can't say he's so slow.
He's so slow. He's so slow. He knows it as well. But then, like, for example, in the semi-final and the quarter-final last year, he's up against Camavinga in one game and Alphonso Davies in the other. So you think it's game over for him. I think in home and away legs in the two games, I think he got like 2 man of the matches out of 4 or something. And
And he just goes about his business as well.
Goes
doesn't he?
about his business.
He don't sing and dance about it, does he?
Nah, if you'd see what he wears and that, his gear is honking. He comes in, what are they, Birkenstock?
Yeah, Birkenstock. Hey, mate, I wear Birkenstock. I'm a dad, though, all right? I'm allowed to wear Birkenstock.
No, but like, I could see you like swagging them out quite nice. Like him, I swear, you should see what he wears and with the honking. But he just don't care. But then also, to have him in the changing room, he's the best guy. Like, he's so good for the changing room.
Yeah, I love that. Johnny Stones, absolute player, right?
Unbelievable again. Rolls Royce, I don't think it's. I seen a stat at the end of last year, and one of my friends showed it me. I couldn't believe it. He got like the most dribbles in a Champions League final since Messi, and like,
come on.
And I'm like, what? He's a centre back, but he's unbelievable. He can play centre back, right back, holding midfield, 8. The way he takes the ball, under pressure,
Yeah.
And him and Ruben. To be fair to him, I've always said this: the one thing that they don't get enough credit for. They're the 2 best blockers of the ball.
Just getting in the way of something.
But they have like an art of doing it. It's not just, luckily I'm here, I've blocked it. Do you know what I mean? They have like a way of doing it. Like
it's a skill.
Yeah, it's a skill.
I know what you mean.
But I don't get how. Like, yeah, they're just, him and Ruben are the best 2 I've ever seen at blocking a ball.
I love that. So on the odd occasion, and I know you won't have many of these, but say you're getting at half-time, you're losing, the team ain't doing very well. What's it like in the changing room? What's Pep like? Is he a ranter and a raver? Because I'm sure you've seen a few of them as well.
Yeah, no, it depends. It depends how the game's gone. It's weird because sometimes I've had games with the manager where we're doing really well, and I come in and I'm expecting like mad praise and we get battered. And then sometimes I'm thinking, we're honking here. We're coming at half time thinking to get battered, and like we get a bit of praise. So no, it's different all the time. And we have certain people, like I said, Kyle, Ruben, Rodri, Kev, that like to speak.
Yeah.
If something's going bad, but I think even Scotty Carson, would 100%, say what he thinks, and as you'd know, that's what you need. In a team, you want people to be there to speak, and help at half time when it's not going your way.
All right, we're going to go down the tunnel. I do want to speak about Scotty Carson, all right? Yeah. This guy, is he like the dad of the changing rooms? Is he?
Yeah, the dad of the changing rooms. And do you know what's mad? Like, everyone just loves him now. Like, yeah, everyone loves him. Even like whether it be like the young lads, you come straight in. Say if they come straight into the team. Like if they've been bought from somewhere else, and obviously Scotty's his 3rd keeper, but just everything that he does unbelievable.
Properly.
Training
professionally.
Yeah, proper professionally, and it's what you need, and I think that's why the manager loves him, because you can have all the talent in the world, but everyone needs a Scotty Carson in there.
Right, that's a motto to live by. Everybody needs a Scotty Carson. Right, let's go down the tunnel. Come on. Right then, mate. We're about to walk down into the tunnel, yeah? Game kicks off in, 10 minutes' time? Is this the point here for you where it starts to get real? Do you actually start thinking about the game and what you want to do?
Yeah, you could say that. But do you know what, Fozzie? Like, I'm actually so chilled. Like, I'm not really a mad, overthinker or... I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, I'm just quite chilled before games. I understand that everyone has their own ways where they need to get into a zone. Even I've played with world-class players, better than me. Like Bernardo, for example. And he says to me before, he was like, before some games, like towards the end of last season, he was like, I was so nervous.
Really?
Whereas you wouldn't really expect it from him. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just quite chill actually before games and stuff. As soon as we get here now, obviously we're with the opposition, and you can always see, because you can see through here, like I know they're meant to be fully blacked out, but they're not. I can always see fans like poking through with their phones and stuff.
See, this is the bit I find this so weird, right? So I don't know if you guys can see this, but behind the sort of glass, it's like it's a hospitality. So there's hospitality there and hospitality there. And when you're lining up for game and when you're coming in at half time and full time, everybody's having food but watching the players come in. It's mad, isn't it? Yeah. And as an opposing player, I've been on the end of an 8-0 here, Jack. Yeah, you're walking down through it. It is the worst feeling in the world. Honestly, it's absolutely brutal, mate. Are you aware of just how intimidating it is as an opposition player about to go out on that Etihad pitch?
Yeah, because I've done it, a few times for Villa. I actually made my debut here when I was 18. So, but I just feel like for us as players, when we're at home, we do feel
invincible. Really,
yeah, honestly, like proper, like on our own pitch, our own fans and stuff like that.
I think it gets in everybody else's head as well, mate. Honestly, I do. The amount of times I've been here just thinking, mate, even a 4-0 today. That's right. I'll take a 4-0 today. That's like a win, mate. It's like a win. Do you start to really get the sort of adrenaline rush now?
Yeah, definitely. Last season, towards the end, man, I swear it was unbelievable. Like once we felt like the treble was there, and there was just the atmosphere. Honestly, Fozzie, when you come out and that, and like the whole of this stand here was like full of like a massive big banner, but like filling from top to bottom. The
whole thing.
And it was unbelievable, like, because we had so many big games, like in that April. We had like Arsenal here, which was like for the league. Then we had Bayern Munich
Champions
here.
League.
We had Real Madrid here then, and there were certain games from then that stick out, and they're as you'd know, memories that just. You have certain memories in football that just stick with you, forever, and there'll definitely be one.
And being a left winger, right? So you remember Tony Pulis, yeah? So Tony Pulis, right? What he used to do, you told me this mad story, right? You remember Adama Traore?
Yeah,
he said. So what I used to do was, say the dugout's here. He said I'd have Adama Traore on the left wing in the first half, so I could shout at him and get into him. Yeah. He said, and then in the second half, I'd bring him back over onto the right wing. Is that what Pep's like with you? So when he sat here, can you hear him sort of chattering away at you and sort of trying to help you through the game, or does he just leave you to it?
Nah, he's all I can just hear him. But then it's mad because I can hear his voice for everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why, I can just hear his voice for everything. Like, obviously you can imagine on a match day all the sounds that you can hear, the fans, everything. And you can't like block that out. Well, I do anyway. I don't block it out. Because I'm just so zoned, like in the zone, I just can't really hear it. Do you know what I mean? I can't really hear fans shouting and that. But yeah, I can always hear Pep.
Hear that little Pep Guardiola voice nagging away.
You've got to listen to it, and he's only shouting on, to give you good advice. So, yeah, but yeah, I can always hear it. There's no chance I'm blanking that out.
Okay, mate. From where I sit, and watch, it seems to me like you've almost got like the dream job. You're playing left wing for Man City, for England. And you're putting balls into the box for people like Erling Haaland and Harry Kane. Do you have to think about trying to put it into a certain space, or when you're talking about a striker of that calibre, are you just like, mate, I'll stick that somewhere in there and I know you'll be there?
Yeah, it's different because obviously you have to... Listen, it's unbelievable, to play with these type of guys, first of all, but it's different than the way you'd adapt, to different strikers. Whereas Harry likes to drop deep, and when Harry drops deep, you think of Harry and you think of him and like Son, with Harry dropping deep and Son going in behind. So sometimes you have to mix it up, and then you have Erling who wouldn't really drop deep, who stays high, and then you have to like look for him in behind. Whereas Harry, you wouldn't really look for him in behind because obviously Erling's has the
So in
pace.
that case, you're going to be cutting it back for him a bit more, or even just trying to play into the middle or something.
Yeah. But listen, when you're in the final third, they're both just frightening. They're both just as good as each other. Don't go asking me who would win. But yeah, I don't actually know. Now I'm actually thinking who would actually win. They're both unbelievable strikers, and me playing in this team, I've been lucky enough, now I've been here for 2.5 years, and I've played with some unbelievable strikers, even Gabby Jesus when he was here. We obviously had Raz as a winger, Riyad Mahrez, one of the best players I've ever played with. And then now Erling, and obviously I'm so lucky to have played with these players, and they can help my game and I can help theirs.
Yeah, you mentioned you've been here 2.5 years now. Is it fair to say that it probably took the best part of a year to see the proper Jack Grealish?
Yeah, definitely. I even think, do you know what? I even think I've got so much more to give. Like, even last season, I felt like I was playing well, but I felt like I had another level to go up. Even though I was playing in all these big games and like I said, doing well in them, I still just felt like I had a more to give, and that's what I want to do this season. The first year was so difficult. Do you know what's mad? Yeah, I remember saying to Conor Hourihane, you remember who I was with at Villa, and I says to him, when I knew that I was going to City, I think had I already gone, and I was like, gonna get so many goals and assists like in this team. Like, imagine how many I got at Villa, and now I'm coming here. But it weren't like that. It was so much more difficult than I thought. Like you're at Villa and I don't know what it is. I don't know whether I was more like, I don't know, like, whereas, say, for example, you're at City now. Every time you get the ball, 2 people, bam, on you. Do you know what I mean? I can imagine like what managers say in the dressing room. As soon as their wingers get the ball, need 2 people, winger getting back, our winger getting back and helping out. 15 teams out of 20 that you play in the Premier League, they're just dropped into a low block, and it's like, and you keep passing it around, and you're like, come on, need something here.
So it's a different style of football for you then, basically,
It's completely different, and at Villa, it weren't really like that. I'm not trying to compare the two, because listen, I'm here now. But it was just so much more difficult than I originally thought, and I'd been at Villa my whole life, and I never knew. Like, how many clubs did you play for? Like,
10 maybe.
10, yeah. So you obviously knew what it was like, going into new changing rooms. Me, I'd never been away from Villa. I've been sat in this corner of the Villa changing room, my little corner, for so long, for 8 years or whatever. And then I come to a new change, and because I was just thinking about the move, I weren't thinking about everything else, and just going into a new changing room, going into like a new culture, a new manager, moving City. I swear, Fuzzy, it was so much difficult than I thought. Well, more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
It's a massive life change, isn't it, for you? You're comfy at Villa. You're the main man at Villa. You're trusted. It's almost like, I got the impression when you were at Villa that they used to just go, right, Jack, just stay out on that left wing, and just go and do what you do. Yeah, you get the ball, go and do what you do. And then all of a sudden you come to Man City, and it's like you've been asked to play as part of a team in a structure, and you do this and you do that, and that's it. And that must boggle your head a little bit as well.
Yeah, no, that's what it is, and obviously because do you know what I mean? You're so experienced in the game, you know what it's like, and you can, and I think you can imagine of how it would be. But yeah, like I said, it was so much more difficult than I thought. But then the second year, I don't know. I remember I worked so hard, man. After that, I had a really good summer. Like, I was training so hard. I come back and we played Bayern Munich first game in pre-season. We won 1-0. I got assists for Erling, and I just felt good in that second season, and then especially after the World Cup, I was on fire, and I think that was probably the most confident I'd been since I'd been here.
Mate, that was world class. Thank you.
No, thank you, Geese.
Onwards and upwards, mate.
I hope so.
All the best, mate. I love that. And don't forget, you can watch Man City and all the other Premier League matches on Boxing Day, the 27th and the 28th of December, only on Prime Video.